Hey, Whiskey Faces, I'm Chris.
And I'm Kara.
Kara, what do we have today?
Today, we have another Kirkland Speyside. This one, 19 years old.
Yes, and I was a little disappointed, only because our local Costco, which usually gets all of the good stuff, didn't get it. So,
Did you phone a friend?
I didn't phone a friend. A friend phoned me.
Oh, that's
It was a
even
homie
better.
hookup. Yep.
Yay.
Yeah.
So shout out to your friend.
My boo, Big Vic. His Costco had it.
Oh,
and
nice.
Cheers.
So this is aged for 19 years in an ex-bourbon barrel, and then they finish it in a sherry barrel for, I believe, 9 months. Yes, 9 months in an Oloroso sherry.
That's pretty dark for 9 months.
Not too bad. So I'm excited.
Yeah.
This comes in at 46%, and for those of you who are familiar with Kirkland Speyside, this line that they do, they're bottled by Alexander Murray. So that independent bottler that releases some interesting things. So I'm going to get into the nose because I'm excited for another pour of this Speyside.
Okay, so this on the nose, you have the malt is showing through.
Sure.
Some of the other expressions don't, like the 24.
It's more
the malt
sherry.
is more sherry, but I think that's a PX sherry. This one right here, it's almost like an Oloroso sherry.
I get a lot of tropical fruits, and at first I got some like sour plum, but I'm getting also a little bit of like fresh cut pineapple, like kind of pineapple slices that are a little tart and almost
almost
a tinge sour.
Yeah, kind of getting into like the fermentation. Like I'm gonna make some cider out of this stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, I can see that. And that's what I'm
So-
perceiving as the malt's coming through more as well. Is that sometimes that sourness?
Oh yeah.
I'm like that's the malt for me.
For sure. Ooh, it smells really good.
Yeah.
A nice little bright fruity.
It's got a
malt.
soft wood to it.
Just
for the age.
Just a tinge on the back, right?
Yeah. This
It
smells
is
very
overwhelming. The nose is overwhelmingly fruity malt.
for
but
sure.
There's so much fruit.
So it almost has like a candy nose to it, but not like sweetness candy. Almost like like a gummy.
Almost
That's
like
got
a dried or fruit, like those dried fruit candies, almost maybe.
Dried fruit candies is too healthy. That's not a candy then.
Oh.
That's like a organic fruit roll up
Oh, sorry.
or whatever those are. It kind of reminds me of like some of those Haribo's. Not just the regular gummy ones, but the ones that are like in German, so you have no idea what these flavors are.
Oh yeah, those are fine.
Those are so good.
Yeah.
That's kind of like what it has in the nose. Those owl ones that we just had recently.
Oh yeah.
The purple one.
The purple one. Ooh, Can we have some now?
Let's do it.
Cheers.
I will say, for a $69, 19-year-old, don't know the distillery. I
kind of
like
wish
it.
we did. I'm getting a lot more sweetness on the palate
Yes.
than the nose. Like it's almost like
It's more fruitier than sweets on the nose, but on the palate,
it's super like I'm getting almost like powdered sugar, like confectioner sugar, right in the front. And the finish is where
I like this
I
one.
lose a little love for it because
it's
it's
gone.
a little spiky. You get
But-
it's an alcohol spike, and which is kind of weird for 46%. I don't normally get those a lot.
That's interesting.
I'm gonna try again. I'm just getting there's a little sharpness, so I'm gonna see what it is.
For me, it's more of the barrel sharpness. That's not like more of the alcohol. It's like a barrel sharpness to me. But that's all that's left in your mouth after. Like everything else that is bringing me forward to it just kind of just drops off, and then you just have that barrel finish.
Okay.
It's good. I like it for the price that we paid, and I would like probably a backup because I could see just drinking this just on a nice, easy occasion. It wouldn't have to be anything special.
Yeah. It drinks a teeny bit warmer than 46.
Yeah,
Well, maybe not.
slightly.
Maybe not. Okay, maybe it drinks 46. I'm just used to some of these older scotches drinking lower than their proof. So when it drinks right in the proof, it feel like it's a little surprising to me. I don't know what that is. You're saying you perceive like almost like the woodiness on the palate?
It's not so much woody, but as the barrel influence on it. Like it's not just like a block of wood. It kind of makes me wonder what kind of cask this was in. It feels a little choppy. Only because the other ones what we've had
compared to
of
the old
Kirklands.
ones, it's
yes, it feels a little choppy.
It's not
but I
bad.
still like it. for the price, I could drink this and just chuck it back. I love it, but you can't just dissect it and be like, oh, it's this, oh, it's that, oh my god, how dare you? It's still fucking good, and I would buy another.
I know. So that's the only. I think I've said this in the past. The only thing I wish they would be able to do is disclose the distillery, because it would be nice to explore if, like, you find, like, for instance, you love. Like, I love the Kirkland 20 and you love the 24.
I love the 22 and the 24.
It would be nice to be like, let me go explore that, what that distillery has.
But if they did,
but it would be so much more expensive.
It wouldn't be at this price point. It would be over 100 years old.
Because $100,
100 years old. That would be like, what?
That would be gross. Yeah, they would be way over $100 if they were to disclose this at Costco. Costco is very tight-lipped about where they source all of their products. So that's the only, like, so because I am super cheap, I'll take the ignorance.
It does say Oloroso on it.
Yeah,
I got that right, because I was like, it's more fruity. It's not.
Yes, that is true.
So, here's my thing. This is only 9 months, right?
In the sherry.
Yes, one of my favorite ones, actually two of my favorite ones, the 22-year and the 24-year actually have longer. I think the 22-year is 12 or 18 months, and then the 24-year is
this is more
like that as well.
To me. I think it's because the sherry doesn't have the chance to take over. Like, there is you get a lot of that dried fruits on the... Well, actually, I get more tropical fruits on the nose. I'm going to go back in and look for fruit because we know it is cherry finished.
So I want to know...
Because I'm getting a lot of that bourbony, vanilla, brown sugar on the palate.
And it's kind of drying
a tinge
for the finish for the wine cask, but I'm wondering... So, you know how some don't have as long in the cask finishing? Like, there was another one that was 6 months, right? Mm-hmm. Do you think it's the malt is so, like, is it a greater malt versus...
I always wondered if they keep it in the sherry barrel longer to hide some imperfections in the malt. But now I can't really... who's to say? It could be whatever blender... or whoever distiller is pulling them at the time, because they're looking for a particular profile. I wish we knew a little bit more information about that. And I guess the really only way you would know is by looking at the library of that distillery. And because we don't know,
we don't know.
the distillery, we don't really know why they keep it in that second aging cask. Finishing cask for the months that they do. I always suspected that the longer ones were either an inactive cask or they're possibly trying to cover a fault of the
less
malt.
Superior malt.
Or maybe just an inactive barrel. But who's to say? Unfortunately, because we don't have any comparison, it's all conjecture. But I have to say, it's really hard to find a better value in Scotch with this proof and an age statement. I don't think it's pretty much unheard of nowadays.
It is,
Still under $70, 19-year-old age statement, 46, and I think this is this doesn't say it's non-chill filtered that I could find on the bottle, but I don't believe they are. I don't think you would need to.
I haven't seen floaties, but that doesn't mean anything.
No.
Are you getting a slight, and I think it's from the Oloroso cask, slight sulfur?
I thought I was getting smoke earlier, but it went away.
Not like sulfur, like that.
I'm getting more red fruit or raisins, actually.
But there's something that's right where it gets a little wonky. It's not in the beginning. It's toward the mid to the finish. That funkiness that's with that barrel finish. Okay. There's something. I'm not. It's. I don't know if it's sulfur, but it's something that's just slightly like under there that's kind of offensive. The more you keep drinking it, the more you can pick it out. Because it's not very offensive that you can't pick it out on the first few sips.
I wouldn't say it's offensive, but maybe a weakness of the finish. Maybe that's what I'm picking out, is that strange spike.
Yeah. I didn't pick up the sulfur on the first few sips. That's why it wasn't offensive. But you keep going back to it, and then because you're already used to what's going on, and you're like, what's that?
I don't perceive it as sulfur.
No, there's something that's
I just get a teensy. Is it paired with a drying sensation? Maybe. I'm getting right something. Oh, I'm not getting that. Maybe on a different day I would pick out something different. But
I like it though. I like it.
I'm gonna give it one more sip. I'm getting like fruitiness, but raisins specifically, like a golden raisin.
Yeah, I do have to say, out of all of the Kirklands, this is probably the least favorite of mine. Out of all that we have, but I still enjoy it enough to drink it and want to buy another one. That's how much I really love the value of it, and you can't go wrong.
The more I drink it, the more it reminds me of the toffee one that you didn't care for, that I actually liked a little bit more.
Oh, this does not remind me of that at all.
Okay. Well, I think that just means we should go through a flight.
We should drink more.
And drink them side by side.
Yep.
So that's the only way you get better, is you just keep drinking. So just like bowling. Just keep drinking. Mm-hmm. So how many of you guys had the opportunity to try the single malt Speysides out of Kirkland whiskey, Kirkland Signature, bottled by Alexander Murray? What are your thoughts? Give us a comment below, and while you're down there, give a thumbs up. If you like what we're doing, subscribe to the channel and turn on those notifications so you can join us in our next video. Well, I don't know about you.
I fancy this whiskey. I mean, for the price, I fancy it.
I can't argue.
Yeah.
Cheers.